Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. I want to share with you today one of my very favorite dies. This is a Muse Studio popcorn box die made by Spellbinders. Love this die. It'll last you forever. I want to show you how to put it together and a neat trick to get even more use out of this die and more versatility. All right, this is the full-size popcorn box. It's a 4-inch box. Holds lots of stuff. I love it for popcorn and movie night. This is got some hard candy in it. We made this one for the kids' teachers. That's the full-size 4-inch box. The nice part about this die, this is the cutout you get. It's completely customizable. This is a 2.5-inch box. This is one that we're gonna do for my son's pirate birthday party. So I filled it with some fish and chips, a much smaller little bag of treat there. And I'm going to show you how to assemble this box, but first we're going to cut it down to this 2.5-inch size. Because of the 4-inch size that you get, you've got a lot of versatility. You can make a 1.5-inch little tray or a 2-inch basket. You can get any size between about 1.5 inches and 4 inches out of this. Let me show you how I do that. All right, first I cut the die from the Muse Studio wood grain cardstock. And working on the back side, I'm gonna work all my score lines backwards. That gives you a more pronounced score line to make your measurements on. So the bottom of the box, which is this score line here, I'm going to measure up 2.5 inches and mark it on the intersecting score line. So 2.5 inches at the bottom of the box and mark the top of the ruler. Okay. I'm going to do that also on the edge of the box here. 2.5 inches at the bottom of the box, and then mark along the side of the box, the top. And then also on this crease line here, we're going to mark 2.5 inches. We're going to mark 2.5 inches up from that bottom score line, not from the tab. Don't be confused. All right, 2.5 inches, and mark that crease. Now here you're going to use a light pencil line. In my case, I'm going to use a dark pencil line because I want you to see what I'm doing here. I'm going to align my ruler so that it will span the entire box. I'm going to line it up so that it intersects the dot on the edge of the box and the mark that we made on that first score line, okay? And once that lines up, I'm going to make a line across the entire box. And I'm doing it a couple of times here. I want a dark line so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, then we have this other mark here, 2.5 inches up this side. We're going to take that mark and this one that we made 2.5 inches up this center crease, and we're going to connect those with a ruler also. All right, very easy. So we have this little Y-shaped diagram there. And then with our paper trimmer, we're going to get perfectly straight lines. Here's my paper trimmer. Don't laugh. I love this thing. I'll take it personal if you laugh. Don't laugh. All right, I'm going to line up that first line that spanned the entire box on the cutting line of my paper trimmer. Do you see that? It just intersects perfectly at the top and at the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and cut off that mark. That leaves us with just this one little intersecting line. All right. Again, we're going to take and line up that line on the cutting surface of our trimmer. And we're going to cut that line off. All right. This method preserves this even edge of the box when you cut it down, and it's also really simple. Let me cut the other side and then I'll show you how to assemble. So I've cut both sides down now. We've got our little 2-inch box. On the pattern side of this box, first thing I'm going to do is mimic this curve here. That helps you hide your edges. On both sides I'm going to cut that curve back, and then using some strong red line adhesive tape, I am going to add a strip of adhesive from top to bottom on the flap on all 4 flaps. So you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, peel the adhesive release liner and we'll assemble the box. perfectly square box every time, I like to fold these small tabs in at a right angle to the bottom of the box, and then take this bigger flap, the short side, and just line it up square with that fold you just made. Okay, secure the adhesive. Same thing on the other side. Push that tab in, adhere the side of the box even with the fold, and then you've got your long sides. You're going to just tuck that tab in and adhere that flap. There's our little 2.5-inch popcorn box. Isn't that cute? All right. If you have any questions or if you need some Amuse Studio products, you can email me, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. Thanks for watching.